How's it going, everybody? Alongside TJ Calkins, Jay Sanin here with ATS, getting you ready for Week 8 of the NFL season. And TJ, as a student of the fight game, you, of course, know undercards very well. And in the NFC South this week, we have kind of a main event with the Bucs taking on the Saints. And then we have the undercard where the Falcons take on the Panthers. We, right now, are going to focus on the undercard between the Panthers and the Falcons. Falcons 3-point favorites, total 46.5. And TJ, I got to know, who do you got in the undercard in the NFC South?
I've absolutely got the Falcons. Their offense has figured it out. They're scoring at will here. Matt Ryan's doing fine. Pitts is involved. They have found a chess piece that actually makes the offense very good in Cordero Patterson, who's finally being used properly after, what are we at, 8 years in the league? So that's an exciting development. Atlanta scored at least 27 in their last three, hit 30 in 2 of those games against the Carolina defense that is absolutely wilting. After that fantastic 3-game stretch, 3-0 to start the year, Carolina's allowed 36, 21, 34, and 25 points. And the defense is the better unit of the two as far as truly regressing goes. Sam Darnold is in his own head. He's seeing ghosts. He is absolutely terrible. The last 3 games, 4.4, 5.0, 4.6 yards per attempt, 2 total touchdowns, 5 interceptions. That offense is just absolutely screwed. Robbie Anderson, they insist on him being involved, but he has regressed as a player. He's terrible at football. The only bright spot in the offense right now is DJ Moore, and that's going to remain the case until Christian McCaffrey comes back to save them. So, that being the case, I think Atlanta rolls like Carolina. What do you think, Jay?
All right, well, first of all, I'm going to say right out of the gate, I think the Panthers need to make the switch to MVPJ, PJ Walker of Houston Roughnecks fame out of the XFL, because you're right, it is not going well for Sam Darnold right now. With that said, I lean ever so slightly to the Carolina Panthers in this game, and here is why. My reason here is just simply, yes, the Falcons are looking better offensively. That defense has done nothing for me as of late. They've won a couple of their games on last-second field goals against the New York Giants and against the Miami Dolphins as of late, making Daniel Jones and Tua Tagovailoa look reasonably competent both of those games, by the way, which is no small feat, especially Tua, who has been all over the place so far during his career. You look at the point differential for these two teams, and yes, Carolina was much better early in the season than they've been as of late. Atlanta minus 41 so far on the season. Carolina Panthers, they've been even on the year. Fluke loss against the Philadelphia Eagles in that stretch you mentioned where the defense has not been at the standard it was at the beginning of the year. I think we see a close game here. I think this game gets decided by just a disastrous defensive possession by one of these teams at the end that results in a last-second field goal by one of these teams.
So you mentioned Tua and you mentioned Daniel Jones, and I just feel like we would need to see truly exponential improvement from Darnold to reach the level of either of those quarterbacks.
You know what, though? I don't know that it doesn't happen, because we've also seen the Atlanta Falcons allow Taylor Heineke to experience exponential improvement in their building so far this year. I am by no means saying that Sam Darnold is a good quarterback. I'm not saying he deserves to be a starting quarterback most weeks in the NFL. What I am saying, though, is that I think this week in Atlanta against the Falcons defense that has made a lot of average to terrible quarterbacks look pretty good so far this year, that I think we get 1 week out of Sam Darnold where he is reasonably decent. And again, the situation, TJ, where I could come back here a week from now, we could just laugh at me potentially.
So I have no argument, absolutely no argument on your point on the Falcons defense. My argument is the 3-game implosion that we've seen the last 3 weeks from Darnold, that comes against the Eagles, the Vikings, and the Giants. So we are not talking about high-end teams here. In fact, we're talking about pretty terrible defenses in the mold of the Falcons. So that's where I'm at on it.
Well, TJ, we're going to come back next week, and I'm going to hope to not feel humiliated for backing Sam Darnold in this game. We will see how it goes. TJ, thank you as always for your thoughts on this game. Of course, for more from TJ and myself on week 8 of the NFL season, you can check out ats.io. Until next time, TJ Calkins, Jay Sanin saying see you later. Good luck on your NFL bets this weekend.